We are just 48 hours away from our flight to Italy, so we thought it would be a good idea to do a full history of Italy for you guys, so you can get a little bit more familiar with the place that we're going. Hi, we're a married couple who quit our jobs, called all our family and friends, and set out to travel the world and learn about other cultures in order to make videos just like this one. We've been doing this for over 12 years now, and if you're interested in seeing more of our videos, you can find them online. So let's go back in time and see where it all began. Let's start in the beginning. The area that is now Italy was inhabited by several different tribes like the Etruscans, the Greeks, and the Romans. But today we're going to focus on the Romans. They built their city on the Tiber River, and by 509 BC, they had overthrown the Etruscan king and established Rome as a republic. This is the year 753 BC, is actually when Rome was founded, according to legend. It was said that Romulus killed his twin brother Remus, after the two of them were raised by a she-wolf. So shout out to Mom and Dad for giving us life and teaching us how to, be people. Rome grew into a huge empire that stretched from Spain to Egypt. In 27 BC, Augustus became the first emperor of Rome, and he ushered in what is known as the Pax Romana, or Roman peace. During this time, the empire reached its greatest extent and prosperity. Crazy fact, at its peak, the Roman Empire contained around 60 million people. That's almost the entire population of France today. In the 3rd century AD, the empire began to decline, and by 476 AD, Rome had fallen to the Germanic tribes. After the fall of the Western Roman Empire, the Italian peninsula was divided into many small states, including the duchies of Sforza, Ferrara, Milan, Mantua, Parma, Tuscany, Venice, the Papal States, and the Kingdom of Naples. Then came the Middle Ages, and during this time, Italy saw the rise of many famous Renaissance families, like the Medici. Florence became the birthplace of the Renaissance and was home to some of the most famous artists, scientists, and thinkers of the time, including Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, and Galileo. But then came the Black Death, which killed almost half of Europe's population. In the 15th century, the Renaissance began to decline, and Italy fell under the rule of foreign powers, including Spain and Austria. Then came the Age of Enlightenment and the French Revolution, which inspired a desire for freedom and independence throughout Italy. Secret fact, the American and French flags both have the same colors. In the early 1800s, Napoleon invaded Italy and conquered much of the northern part of the country. He also helped to spread the ideas of the French Revolution throughout Italy, which inspired many Italians to fight for their own independence. Secret fact, Napoleon is actually really short. When he was around, everyone kind of made fun of him because he was short. In 1861, Victor Emmanuel II of Sardinia was proclaimed the king of a new unified Italian state. However, the process of unifying the country was not easy. There were many obstacles along the way. One major obstacle was the continued presence of foreign powers in Italy. Austria in particular had a strong presence in the northern part of the country, and they were not happy about Italian unification. Austria was worried that a unified Italy would become too powerful, and they would lose their influence in the region. So they tried to stop it from happening. They fought against the Italians in several wars, but eventually they had to accept the new reality and allow Italy to be free. Another obstacle was the lack of national feeling among the Italian people. At the time, there was no real sense of unity or common identity among the different regions of Italy. Most people were focused on local or regional identities rather than a national one, so it took a lot of work to change that mindset and make it happen. Despite these obstacles, the Italian unification movement continued and eventually led to the creation of the Kingdom of Italy in 1861. The country was still far from perfect, though. There was still a lot of poverty and inequality throughout the country, and the government was still not very stable, but at least they were free. From 1915 to 1918, Italy participated in World War I. They joined the conflict late in the war and did not play a decisive role in the outcome. However, the war did have a significant impact on Italy. The country suffered heavy casualties and economic losses, and it also contributed to the decline of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, which was a major power in Europe at the time. The decline of the Austro-Hungarian Empire had ripple effects across Europe that changed the balance of power in the region and set the stage for future conflicts. After World War I, Italy experienced a period of political instability and social unrest. The country was still dealing with the aftermath of the war, and there was a growing divide between the rich and the poor. In 1922, Benito Mussolini and his fascist party seized power in Italy and established a dictatorship. Mussolini's regime was characterized by extreme nationalism, militarism, and authoritarianism. He also pursued an aggressive foreign policy that led Italy into World War II on the side of the Axis powers. During World War II, Italy suffered even more devastation, but in 1943, the country's leaders decided to switch sides and join the Allied forces. After the war, Italy was occupied by Allied troops, and the country was divided into 4 zones of occupation. One each for the United States, France, Britain, and the Soviet Union. This occupation lasted until 1946, when Italy was finally able to fully restore its sovereignty. In the aftermath of World War II, Italy experienced a period of economic recovery and growth. The country's leaders focused on rebuilding the economy and improving the lives of ordinary citizens. This economic boom, known as the Italian economic miracle, helped to transform Italy into one of the most prosperous countries in Europe. In 1946, Italy became a republic, and the monarchy was abolished. This was partly due to the widespread dissatisfaction with the monarchy's role during World War II and the desire for a more democratic system of government. The new Italian Republic was founded on the principles of democracy, secularism, and republicanism. These principles continue to be the foundation of Italian society today. Italy has played an important role in European and global politics since the end of World War II. Italy is a founding member of the European Union and NATO, and has been a key player in many important international organizations and initiatives. Italy's contributions to European integration have been particularly significant, helping to shape the EU into the powerful and influential bloc it is today. In recent decades, Italy has faced a number of economic and social challenges, including high levels of debt and unemployment, as well as the rise of populism and other forms of political extremism. Despite these challenges, Italy remains an important player on the world stage and its culture. History and contributions to art, science, and diplomacy continue to be celebrated and admired around the globe. And that brings us to Italy today. Italy is located in southern Europe and consists of a peninsula and several islands. It is bordered by France, Switzerland, Austria, Slovenia, the Adriatic Sea, and the Mediterranean Sea. The country's capital and largest city is Rome, followed by Milan, Naples, Florence, and Turin. Italy's population is around 60 million people, and its official language is Italian, though many of the locals also speak English, especially if you go to the tourist places. Italy has a rich history and culture that dates back to ancient times. It is home to some of the most famous landmarks in the world, including the Colosseum, the Trevi Fountain, and the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Italy is also known for its art, music, and literature, which have influenced world culture for centuries. From the Renaissance to the Baroque period, Italy has been a hub of creativity and innovation. Some of the most famous Italian artists include Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, and Raphael. Italian composers such as Verdi and Puccini have also made significant contributions to world music. The economy of Italy is the 8th largest in the world, and it is a major player in the European Union. Italy is known for its luxury goods, including high-fashion clothing, cars, and food products. The country's GDP is around $2 trillion, and its currency is the euro. Italy is also a major producer of wine, food, and textiles. When it comes to food, Italy is a foodie paradise. Pizza and pasta are probably the most popular Italian dishes, but the country has a lot more to offer. Italian cuisine is known for its fresh ingredients and simple, authentic flavors. Some of the most famous Italian foods include risotto, gelato, tiramisu, and paninis. Secret fact: did you know that pizza was invented in Naples? According to legend, the first pizza was created in 1889 by a baker named Raffaele Esposito. He made a pizza in the shape of the Italian flag with a green olive topping to represent the House of Savoy. Overall, Italy is a beautiful and historic country with a rich culture and economy. Its contributions to art, science, and diplomacy have shaped world history, and its stunning landmarks and delicious cuisine continue to draw visitors from around the globe. Alright, thank you so much for watching our full history of Italy. If you enjoyed the video, please click the like button below. If you want to watch another one of our videos, just click here.